Good afternoon, students of BA Part 2nd, Government College Chaksu. Welcome back. This is Dr. Anshu Sharma, and today we shall be doing the poem by Kamla Das. The title of the poem is The Looking Glass. I have already given you the introduction, and I had told you that in the BA Part 2nd there is a lot of different like for example we have poems both from the British background and also from the Indian subcontinent. So we have English poetry written by Indian authors, and I had given you the basic introduction of Kamla Das and told you how controversial she has been. And here on your screens, you can see the autobiography that I had discussed, the title of which was My Story. And even her poem, I had given you a basic introduction of the same. Today, we'll do the critical analysis of The Looking Glass. And here the text is there before you. I had told you that the English used is not difficult per se, because the words that have been used are comparatively easier to understand, and also the context also is comparatively easier to understand than sometimes of those of the British poets or the American poets. So here you can see that this is the page 1, and there are almost 12 lines on this page, and on the page 2 also. This is the total length of the poem. Again you have 12 lines, so approximately uh, the poem is of 24 lines in all, and it has been written in free verse. There is no as such any rhyme scheme to follow, and neither are there any divisions of paragraphs. And and the poem basically talks about the relationship between a man and a woman. And as I had told you in the introduction also, that Kamla Das, being a very forthright and a very bold poet, openly comments upon the physical relationship between a man and a woman, and talks about the idea of deriving a maximum pleasure from the same. And she is very specific about, delineating about the needs and wants of a woman. And she says that a woman, just like a man, should make no secret whatsoever of her physical desires, and should let go of any shyness about admiring the attributes and beauty of her lover. So she is kind of trying to uh, break away from the traditional role of a man versus a woman, where a man is always the person who is very domineering, who is very bold, and who minces no words, or does not shy away about talking about his needs and desires. And on the other hand, women are generally considered to be extremely shy, and they are not very forthcoming about what they expect from a relationship with their lovers. So she is in this particular poem, and you can see it's there before you. She is very clearly says that you should believe in yourself, and you should not back out from admitting your admiration for your lover. And there is no point in not talking about the physical beauty of both. And she is very explicitly saying, very clearly in the poem, she states that the lovers should stand in front of the mirror, before the mirror, and look at each other and also draw comparisons and contrasts in the way that God has created both, and how a man has been made so very different from a woman. They are different not only physically but even in the way they are, their emotional and their psychological and their mental states are also very different, and their way of expressing whatever they think or whatever they feel is very different from one another. So she says that you should not hesitate to look at one another and draw comparisons and contrasts. And while one, it is very clear that while one seems to be very strong and hard, and the other, on, like for example, the woman, she's all soft and lovely, and both should enjoy these differences. And at the same time, they should not hesitate, or they should be be confident enough and maybe even feel superior to one another on the basis of these physical differences. So she's talking about these differences, but what she's trying to emphasize is that these differences don't make one person less than the other, or they don't make the woman lesser than the man. And this idea of looking at their naked reflection in the mirror gives the poem its title, The Looking Glass. The Looking Glass is basically derived from this very idea, and it's a very bold statement that she is making here. And she goes on to talk about, she's very explicit and she's very elaborate about the manner in which a man takes a bath, and how even these, the minor details, she's concentrating on that. And she says that how his eyes become red due to the water, or how his movements are jerky and unsure because he is being observed by the woman who is his beloved. So this kind of an interaction is not something that poets have maybe talked about, her contemporary contemporaries have talked about in their works. So then she is talking about all the details about the man's body, his movements, and she says that they should actually please a woman and make her think that only this one person can fully satisfy her in any way, in every way possible. So the kind of investment, not only emotional, not only mental, but also physical, that is what Kamala Das talks about in this poem. And she feels that there should be a kind of confidence in the woman, and there should also be a kind of trust in the woman that this is one person who is going to be there forever, and who can fulfill all her desires. And then Kamala Das also goes on to elaborate upon how a woman should behave with her lover. She is very, clear about how the woman should surrender herself completely in the act of love. And she says that only in that lies the way to pleasure for both. So she is again emphasizing the fact that you should not hesitate. There should be no inhibition, and only then can you please one another to the maximum. So she also talks about the physical condition, and she says, when she says that from the smell of her hair to the sweat of her body, she should allow her lover to feel and experience everything. So, not only that, but she should also not feel inhibited about talking openly about all her needs and her physical cravings, her physical desires. And there should be no difficulty in doing all this, she claims, if she sheds her shyness and behaves boldly in the matter of physical love. So, you can see that very openly she talks about the love between a man and a woman. Then the poetess also points out that the real difficulty for a woman lies in the fact that if this particular lover with whom she has had the most pleasurable experience of physical intimacy leaves her to never come back, then she would find it very difficult to not only forget him but also to find someone whom she looks at in the same way. Towards the you can see on this page that she is talking about in the center of the page. You can see that a man is love to is to love is easy, but living without him afterwards may have to be faced. This is talking about separation. This is talking about parting of ways, and that she feels would be very difficult, because once you've had a kind of physical intimacy, once you've invested a lot in a relationship, and then if you have to separate from that person, then it becomes difficult to forget. And also at the same time, she's talking about, finding somebody else, and she says that once you love somebody, or once you've had such an intimate relationship with somebody, then it is very difficult to look upon another person in the same way. So she feels that life for her would not only become difficult, but it would become meaningless. That is what she's trying to say here. And then she says that her eyes would continuously keep searching for someone who's just like her previous lover. And upon not finding somebody like him, so then it would be there would be a chance of falling into complete despair, unhappiness, and not only psychologically and emotionally, but physically also it would be a loss for her. And that despair, that loss would affect her physical beauty equally. So, you can see that she is very clearly stating that the body which was once beautiful, which was once irresistibly attractive, would lose all its charm, would lose all its beauty, and that lustrousness, that shining beauty, that would dim forever. So it would be kind of lost forever. So, in conclusion, we can say that it is Kamala Das has all her life been craving for love, and she has been craving for emotional satisfaction. This has also been stated in her biography that I had talked about. But you would find that somehow it was only physical desires that she was faced with. And looking for emotional involvement, she just received disillusionment. I mean, when she looked for love, love is not only on a physical plane, it is on an emotional, on a psychological, on a mental plane as well. So she is very clear about it that somehow she never received that complete kind of love that she was looking for or desiring. And she says, and this poem, it is very clear that in this poem she seems to be explicitly talking about sexual intimacy. And but at the same time, we should not confuse that she is advocating any kind of free sex. Rather, her aim is to look for an intimate relationship between a man and a woman, which is satisfying at both the emotional and also the physical level. This I had, even in the introduction, I had told you that please do not get carried away by the words. You have to look beyond the words. What is the poet trying to say? In poetry or in literature, we always have to go beyond. We always have to look what the poet is trying to say, and we should not just look at the poem on its face value. What is the inner meaning? What is the poet trying to convey behind the words? That is more important. And here also, it is love and security that she aspires for in all her relationships, especially with her lover. And but sadly, it seems to be missing from her life. And according to her, for a man to be with a woman is just for momentary pleasures, whereas for a woman it is an emotional commitment. Now this can be debatable, but this is what the poetess feels. And this is maybe most of the people feel that way, that for a man it is comparatively easier to remain emotionally detached, whereas for a woman it is an emotional attachment which is of utmost importance. So this is exactly what she's saying here as well. And therefore, when because of this emotional commitment, because of this emotional attachment, when there is a possibility that a woman is left by her lover, she loses all her charm and beauty. Not only her mental and her emotional setup is affected, but also her physical beauty is affected by desertion. So this is what Kamala Das is trying to emphasize here. And we see that The Looking Glass is a lyric, and it presents a true and very realistic image of the physical relationship between every man and a woman, and the kind of frustration and disillusionment it brings to a woman in the end if she is deserted by her lover. So, this is the basic idea that the poet is trying to convey in this poem, and the words are not difficult. I hope when you read through the poem, you will understand it, and also what the idea she's trying to convey, that I have very clearly shared with you in this video. So, I hope things are clear, and I shall be giving you the assignment also. I shall be giving you the question answers and also the important aspects upon which you have to work for your exam, that I'll share with you as PDF. So go through my notes, go through the earlier PDFs that I have shared, and if there's any question or any query, you can get in touch with me over the WhatsApp. So the BA Part 2 students, today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. Please have a good day. Once again, stay safe, keep wearing masks, and see you again soon. Till then, goodbye.